Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another exciting episode of Wrestling Prime. I am your host, Tom Dog, and yes, my apologies for running a little bit late. It's been trying to get up the graphics for some stuff for tonight, and so yeah, it it is yeah. gotta do that, gotta do that, and so yeah, it so yeah, I ran into a little bit of a problem there and everything. So yeah, my apologies for running a little late. Making sure I just want to make sure that everything is going up because I got we got tons of show to do and everything. I don't even know how I'm going to pull this off because of how late I'm doing this show. So again, I apologize. Um, Before we get started, let's do the shout outs and the plugs and everything. Big shout out to um, Raz and everybody over at Mats and Monsters on the Owl Light Network. Check them out there. It's an awesome it's an awesome show, and you'll have a lot of fun watching it too. And of course, everybody. A shout out to everybody, Tails and everybody over at um, Crypto Slam, and big shout out to them. And so yeah, this episode is brought to you by M&J Video Games and Collectibles. Trade in your if you have any wrestling items or anything like that you want to part ways with, and you happen to be in the Connecticut area and want to know where this wonderful store is at, check it out over on their website at mnjvideogames.com. Oh boy, sorry about that. And of course, this episode is also brought to you by Dubby Energy. What is Dubby? It's an energy supplement that has no crashes, no sugar, no artificial colors or dyes or anything like that. No artificial colors. All natural ingredients. It's really, really good, and you don't need to take my word for it. You can go to w.gg right now. Use the promo code Brill at the checkout and save 10% on your purchase. And they have some really cool products. And take advantage of this unique offer because this offer doesn't come ever so often, but when it does, it does. So check it out again. That's w.gg, promo code Brill at the checkout and save 10% on your purchase. And don't forget, you can also get your Brody Lee Reebok Classic Leather sneakers still available over online at champsports.com. And the Huber family will donate 100% of royalties to High Mark Caring, continuing Mr. Brody Lee's legacy of kindness, compassion, and community. So yeah, these shoes are really, really amazing, and it's going to a really good cause. And you definitely don't want to miss out on this terrific offer. So yeah, go to Camp Sports, and I'm glad you did. So okay, we have some. We got some WWE news. We might as well get the WWE's knocked out right of the way. Um, so yeah, we got to knock that out of the way and everything because there's a lot to talk about in WWE. First off, SmackDown premiered on the USA Network last night. It was an awesome. It was pretty good. It was a pretty good season opener, commemorating 25 years of SmackDown, which is not an easy task, but it when it does, and everything. So yeah, um, it was really good. really good turnout and everything like that. And so yeah, this was really good. Um, they had a steel cage match. Um, between they opened up the show with a steel cage match between Cody Rhodes and Solo Sikoa, and yeah, it was a good match. It was a good match, and Cody retained, and um, the Bloodline came out. Then Roman came out and had a big clash there, and they went at it. I do say, um, there is a little bit of a some nitpicking that I will have to address because Cody Rhodes says um, they kind of pitched the idea of having a tag team match over having a tag team match between Solo and Jacob between Roman and Cody. Cody declined, but then later on in the show, he still signed the contract anyways, and it's like, I think they kind of botched that one a little bit. That's how I looked at it, is that they kind of messed that up. They could have easily just, said that, and just basically just have them come out there and say, listen, I don't want no part, it's like, I'm done with the bloodline. And it's like, this is, no disrespect, but this is your fight now, you know and everything. And you know what, that would have been better how that would have been written. But it's I was just disappointed because it just made him think that they were going to do a character turn and Cody was going to turn heel. And luckily it didn't turn out that way. And it's like, I'm glad for that. But why would you say that? Why would you say that, Cody, if if you're not going to sign the contract anyways? you know, I mean, he said that to Nick Aldis in the back during the show, and but it just would have made more sense for sorry about that, for Cody to just wait until he was in the ring to say it to Roman first. I'm just saying. But yeah, this but still it was a pretty good show. Um, another complaint that I really do have is that on the poster is nice, the logo is nice. However, I have one question: why the hell was Logan Paul in the poster? Why? Why? You mean to tell me that Solo Sikoa was busy? It was like, was Solo Sikoa busy to not be on that poster? Was Randy Orton busy to not to be on that poster? How about Kevin Owens? Kevin Owens deserved to be on that poster. He should have been on that poster. Um, it's like it literally made no sense for Logan Paul to be there because he's not a team he's not a team player, and you know what, I don't care if you're a fan of him, of Logan Paul. I have my I have my complaints of Logan Paul. Everybody knows it, and I'm sure everybody's tired of me saying it. And I will continue on saying that until it sinks in. I'm just sticking to he is a scam artist. He's a con artist. He's manipulating your children into buying some products that's going to I'm buying his product that that's going to be that's given out. There's like so much sugar in there. Is like, I'm surprised these kids don't even have juvenile diabetes yet, and they're gonna have to start making Ozempic for kids just because of the and you know they're pretty much basically marketing it to little kids anyways and everything, which to be honest with and it's like I never liked him, ever since either 2017 or 2018, he did that little stunt in Japan, and and I did thought it was funny when Dominic Mysterio pointed that out, and he got a little bit, and it's like, yeah, you really want to know why he didn't show he was he was booked to be in Japan, but he couldn't make it. Is because he has a lifetime ban in Japan for that little stunt that he did, which he has no intention. Which he apologized, and I saw the apology video, but it was a bunch of bullshit. It really was. It was a horrible thing, and he doesn't deserve to be anywhere in that ring, and he's a part-time player, and he's not taking his contract, his time in WWE seriously, and I think they should. I really do think that WWE should cut ties with them. I'm just saying, if I was running WWE, I would basically cut ties with them. And so yeah, he doesn't belong anywhere near that poster because he's not deserving of it. And there's many other wrestlers that are more deserving than him. Randy Orton, Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, you name it, they should be in there. Not Logan Paul. He's a scumbag. He's a piece of garbage, and he doesn't even belong anywhere in that WWE. And even that intro video, that intro package that they showed at the beginning of the show, Logan Paul's in there too, and he doesn't even belong in that too. So yeah, kick him out. Kick him out. He's a waste of money and a waste of space. And while we're on the subject with Logan Paul, I have this little rant I have with, and you can call it a wrestle rant. I don't care, but ESPN ranked him in the top five. And ranked him in the top five for best influencer in wrestling. I find that rather insulting. He is not. He is nowhere anywhere near influential when it comes to wrestling, especially in the boxing ring. He has no business being on that category. And you know what? And I'm going to tell you something. You take a look. You take a look at the. You take a look at ESPN right now while watching the show. Go to ESPN right now. You look at their their channel list. Not one wrestling show is even show like a show like mine. Not talk not sitting here and talking about it and posting it on and showing it live on ESPN. There's no wrestling show like that. So I literally don't know whose idea it was to even put him in that category because of the fact that they're not wrestlers. Tony Khan belongs on that list. Okay, he does belong on that list. Nick Khan, okay, he goes on that list. Triple H, he belongs on that list. Stephanie McMahon certainly belongs on that list. Where was John Cena ranked? Where was The Rock ranked on that list? Where the hell was Ric Flair ranked on that list? There's a lot of people more deserving to be in the top five other than Logan Paul because he is nowhere near he is nowhere an influencer when it comes to wrestling. And it's like a lot of heel commentators will debate me on that, and I don't care. But you know what? Not one whoever in ESPN put this list together is not a wrestling fan and has zero knowledge of the sport too. And yeah, you may not like it, but Hulk Hogan should be on that list too. But I can understand why he's probably not on that list because of his recent actions. So yeah, I but when it comes to putting butts in seats, Logan Paul is not the person I would think that would be profitable to go. Oh well, hey, let's go to a WWE event. Logan Paul's going to be there. Fuck Logan Paul. He doesn't deserve to anywhere be on that list. He doesn't even need to. He doesn't even deserve to wash my jock. So so yeah. So yeah. I will debate anybody on ESPN. And you know what? Here's a little secret that you may not know about. I'm not too far away. I live not too far away from the ESPN studios, so I can easily just go over there and go do their little tour and pitch the idea that Wrestling Prime would put would be beneficial to be on there. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And I can give them a better list than whomever is on there, because they're certainly not wrestling fans on there. They're really not, because they spend more time with all the other major sports and everything, including MMA and everything like that, but not one mention, and hardly any mention of WWE, of any wrestling content on there. There's no, and like, you take a look, like I just said, there's no wrestling show on ESPN. There's no news show. There's no talk show when it comes to that. Sure, there are shows on there, and they'll have a wrestler as a guest, but that's about it. They don't have an actual program like this show. I would be a shoo-in to do. And what about Pat McAfee? Oh yeah, he's busy doing football. So yeah, and it's an insult. It really is. I would give them a better list than what was given, because there's a lot of other influencers out, influential um, men and women that are in wrestling, that are way more influential than Logan Paul. I'm just saying. Which segue into another thing. He's having, and yeah, we got more Logan Paul news, which I'm kind of upset that there is, but you know it's news, and I got to talk about it. And that, of course, is his beef his beef with Kevin Nash, big sexy, big daddy cool Diesel, and yeah, he didn't Logan Paul didn't like the comments that were made by Kevin Nash. And you know what? Kevin Nash is right. And it's like I just said, Logan Paul, nobody's really, you go to a wrestling event. What are the chances you're gonna see Logan Paul in the ring? In the ring. He doesn't do house shows. And even if he did do house shows, there's hardly going to be any house shows left. House shows are slowly declining. So yeah, it's sad, because I always loved going to house shows. Those were actually pretty cool. But it was a lot of fun. But then you got a live event. You still got a live event going on. Whether it's a PLE or a broadcast of Raw or SmackDown, or hell, even NXT. And to be honest with you, when have you seen, the last time you saw Logan Paul was when he was getting his ass whipped in SummerSlam by LA Knight. And yeah, that was the last time you saw him. And it's like, is this how it's going to be from now on, where he's going to go where he's only going to show up when he wants to. That's not how it works, buddy. It's like, get your ass in that, get the you have this contract. Start buckling down. Start whooping some ass and start putting butts in the seats. You know, putting only showing up a certain amount of times isn't going to put butts in seats. I'm sorry. I don't care what anybody says. And anybody who was a legendary wrestler would even tell you that. And it's like the struggle, the grind that they had to do a long time ago. Logan Paul would even last if he was put. He wouldn't last 5 minutes in the WWE. He wouldn't even last them. Actually, no, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. He will last 5 minutes. I wouldn't even give him 3 weeks or even a month. 3 weeks to a month. He wouldn't last because being on the road for that long and everything, the sacrifices that a lot of these wrestlers go in there, and then here comes this little punk bastard who comes in here, who takes performance enhancers, by the way, and puts out there that because he's a boxer and he's saying that that he's gonna that he's a better wrestler than all these other guys that came before him. Yeah, right. And it's like, name me one wrestler that that would always win matches with brass knuckles. I know what you're going to say. You say, well, what about William Regal? He didn't use it all in his career. I'm just letting you know that right now. Okay, he didn't use that. Oh, what about Hacksaw Jim Duggan doing the tape fist and everything like that? That was a different time. But I'm talking about brass knuckles. I'm not talking about tape fist. I'm not talking about any other gimmicks that make it look like they're what it is. But constantly using brass knuckles to get a cheap victory is ludicrous. And he's not a wrestler. He's not. And not only that, he doesn't even need the brass knuckles to begin with. He doesn't even need it because he has that metal plate in his hand. He has that that platinum plated hand. That platinum surgically enhanced platinum hand, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Is like, so he doesn't need the brass knuckles because all he has to do is just take that take that special glove off and just have him go to town on that hand, and just knock somebody out with that, because that's just as stronger as a brass knucks. I mean, really, you don't need it. And then he's going to talk, and he's going to talk shit about Kevin Nash, a guy that would, that would literally and Kevin Nash in his prime would bury him. I'm just saying. And you know what? You know who else would bury him? Yokozuna, if he was still alive. Macho Man Randy Savage, if he was still alive. Psycho Sid, if he was still alive. Bill Goldberg. John Cena can bury him. All you have to do is, it's like, I'm begging for a Super Cena. The Rock can actually bury him. Undertaker, if he was still wrestling, Undertaker would bury him. Hell, even if Bray Wyatt was still alive, he can take him out. And yeah, it hurts me to say this too, like, because we all know the history. Ultimate Warrior, I would love to see how he would work with Logan Paul if Ultimate Warrior was still alive. But knowing what we know now, I'm just saying. But it's an insult. It really is an insult to the sport. It really is. It really is an insulting to for Logan Paul to be in the ring. Hell, even Joe Hendry can beat Logan Paul. Because you know why? You know why I think Joe Hendry would be perfect to beat Logan Paul? Because I believe in Joe Hendry. That's right. Believe in Joe Hendry. He can get the job done. And it's like ever since Logan Paul stepped foot inside the WWE, and it's like it was good. It was good when he showed up that one time in WWE, in WrestleMania, and here I thought it was going to be that was going to be it for him. But I guess I was wrong. It's like he was signed to a contract, and I'm just insulted. I really am. It's an insult. It's an insult to the business, and you know, it really is. I'm just really, really insulted. There we go. So, filling around with my, and you know who else could beat Logan Paul too? Remember this guy? That's right. X Block. X Block can actually whoop his ass, and believe me, and I'm going to tell you something right now with this little guy right here. X Block can get the job done. He's put a lot of people he he's hospitalized a lot of people. He took me out too. I took a fresh exits right on his dome, right on his head. Right, I'm not. I gotta fix him up though. The the casing is wearing off on him. Yeah, but yeah, he can get the job done. He can, and he will too. Put him in the ring. Put him in there with Logan Paul. All I have to do. All I have to do is just swing. All I have to do is swing X Block when he has the brass knucks. It'll take him out. That's right. I'm glad that Logan Paul got injured though with his match at with his match in SummerSlam. I'm glad for that. Hope it's a permanent injury. Keep him away from, it just sucks too because he's going to be he's going to be in the WWE Hall of Fame in the very near future, and it just I'll be glad that I'll be dead when that happens. So at least I won't have to sit and watch that happen because you know what, hey, it's like that's one thing that I'm glad that I'll be long gone for, is to see him not be in that in the Hall of Fame when I'm long gone. So what else is going on? Yeah, Odyssey Jones. You know what? This is one article I did not uh, that I did not get a chance to take care of, and I know it's like a couple of weeks old. But I was doing some other things. But yeah, Odyssey Jones has if you haven't heard the news already, but yeah, Odyssey Jones is no longer with the WWE, and you know it's just sad they were booking him for you know whatever plan was going to be with the New Day, um, whether that was turning Xavier Woods into a heel and splitting up the group where it would just be Odyssey and Kofi Kingston. Um, Whatever the case may be, it's kind of sad that you know he didn't he had a short run with the company and everything. Apparently he's under investigation over what happened with there's a alleged domestic dispute, and so they're pretty much keeping things quiet until. But in the meantime, he was let go of the WWE, and you know it is sad, and but you know gotta do you have to do what's best for business, and you know it sucks that it has to be that way, but you know there's nothing really anybody can do about that, and oh boy, it just hurts. It hurts to see that happen, but you know just got to do what you got to do. You know what I mean? And but I don't know. I really don't know. So you know, so hopefully things will turn out, and maybe he'll be brought back. I don't know, but as of right now, not gonna happen. So, uh, but there is some good news. Before we go into some AEW news, got one more thing to mention and everything. Actually, was just been announced earlier today that um, Umaga manager Armando Alejandro Estrada, he is going to be he has been signed to a Legends contract with the WWE. So yeah, that is really cool. I honestly would not um expect that, um but for you know whatever they're going to have him do in there, I think that it's really awesome that he's going to be a part of the Legends contract, and it's really nice. I really do hope that he's going to have some sort of role um within the company and everything like that, and have like a little um you know role backstage or whatever. Um, maybe like a like a general manager, some sort of um um managerial role within the company. I think that would be really cool. But you know, who knows? Who knows? I'm all for it. And so yeah, it would be nice. It would be nice to see him back in the ring too. Just like ahora todos escúchame. Everybody listen, haha, to me. My name is Armando Alejandro Estrada. Got it packed down good. I haven't done that. I haven't done that in like God knows how long. But it was always so good. but yeah, I'm really glad that he's going to be that he was signed on the Legends contract and everything like that. So yeah, congrats. I see you. So, all right, so that's it with WWE news. We still got some show left, so all right, we're not going to end the show there because I still got a big announcement to talk about, and I'm going to say that I'm going to say that best for last. So yeah. um, but anywho, let's go with some AEW news. So yeah, there has been some mixed reactions as I um brought up on um my all out review last week. I do apologize for the lack of for the lack of stuff that I was doing on the review that I kind of felt like I was phoning it in, and I do apologize. However, I still got still had a pretty good reaction, and I appreciate that, and I love you guys for it. I'm gonna be um putting you fans over um in just a little bit, but for right now, I got some AEW news to talk about. But yeah, this is but there's some things that there are some mixed reactions, and I can understand. I didn't hear Jim Cornette's reaction to All Out um, about the certain matches and everything like that. Um, I am a Jim Cornette guy and everything like that, so I will always respect his opinion. But I gotta there, but I finally saw the footage um of what happened, why they wouldn't show it, um, because it was spreading all over. It was actually spreading over social media uh, when it happened, and so after the show, I was thinking, I was like, okay, I gotta do some investigating and find out what the hell happened. So I went on Twitter and everything like that, and yes, I'm calling it Twitter, but anyways, I'm digressing here. I saw what happened. I saw what happened and everything like that. There's some mixed reactions with that spot, and I understand, and it does make for good storyline. It's actually not the first time that we've seen something like this happen. However, um, it happened way before my time, before I was ever born. I was born in '78, so yeah, you can do the math there. So yeah, this was a long time that it happened. I would say like around over like nearly 50 years ago when that last thing, and like Terry Funk was involved. That's all you need to know. And so yeah, that was a crazy spot. It was it was a risk to take and everything like that. And so um it makes for it makes for storyline and everything like that. But the one that's getting more um talking is the syringe spot with Swerve um, between during the match between Swerve and Adam Page. So yeah, um, it was I I was really critical when Swerve did did the whole um, the blood thing in the guy's mouth. I I was grossed out by it, and I mean, if it makes good for storytelling, then fine. Well, man, who am I to judge? I don't work for AEW, I wish, but but it's but when it comes to a syringe, I kind of again I question it because I don't know what was in I'm not sure what was in that syringe, but that was a real risk taker too, and that to be fair and honest, it's basically career suicide if with a stunt like that. And during my time in doing backyard wrestling and everything like that, I ever considered doing that spot, especially with light fixtures and everything. That's another thing that I hate, and it's just you know if you can do it right without having to hospitalize somebody. And I'm going to continue saying this. I do love it. I love AEW. I really do. And I'm just concerning for the well-being of the wrestlers and everything like that. No, I'm not pitching even though I do agree with Jesse Ventura having having a unionized work environment for the wrestlers. That's not what I'm talking about here. What I am talking about is of course the safety and well-being towards the wrestlers. And too much of stuff, too much of that stuff is going to be, you know, is you know, excuse me, trying to get the words out because I don't want to say the wrong thing because because I do love AEW. I do, I love all wrestling, all kinds of wrestling and everything. If I can see it, you know. But when we have um you know matches where matches where you're involved in a no holds barred action, and you know and no rules, hardcore, anything goes, what have you. It really, you're you're taking a huge gamble. We've had some wrestlers put on the shelf in the past. Tay Conte. When is she coming back? That sort of thing. Daniel Garcia. He was injured for a while. He's back. MJF was injured for a while. He came back. Um, Dr. Britt Baker. She was out for a real long time, and then she came back. Even Jamie Hayter. She was out. She was put on the shelf for a while, and look at her. She just recently came back, and yeah, it's all these good wrestlers. And look, Adam Copeland still put on the shelf after his match with Malachi Black. So yeah, this was a So yeah, this was a huge thing, and you know, and then you look at Daniel Bryan, Bryan Danielson. He's put on the shelf temporarily, and then you got Nigel McGuinness calling him out. So yeah, this is a really big deal. This is a really big deal, and as far as I'm concerned, it's just all I have to say is just like, guys, take it easy. I know earlier they, I was watching Collision. That was, it was actually pretty good because of the fact that, they focused more on the wrestling than they did with injuring somebody. And that's exactly what I'm talking about, is that you can have, you know, people were invested in these matches, and they didn't have to resort to going violent and everything like that. And you got to, and plus also too, you got to think of sponsors. You have to deal with the sponsors, and I know, and Tony, you know this because you run a football. You had the Jaguars, and you have to deal with sponsors all the time, and and advertisement revenue and everything like that. So yeah, you get, and you do that. But when it comes to your wrestlers and everything, that's a different ball game right there. And you gotta think of the well. You really do gotta think of the well-being of the superstars. But who am I to question? Because I will not question you, because I respect you, and I respect the company, and I love the company, and you know one of the it's really cool. But it's it really is. I'm just concerned for the safety of the wrestlers. That's all. That's all. You know, you can take it with a grain of salt and everything like that. And it's like, well, this is what it's like. No, that's not. Listen, I've been around the indie circuit for a while, back when I was doing cable access, and believe me, there were some hardcore matches, but you know not as much as we saw it here, and hardly any of the wrestlers bled. When I was involved in the indie circuit, and we never, none of these matches were like hardcore and everything like that. They had some damn good wrestling, you know, and I met a lot of guys. Met a lot of guys in the business and everything, and it was really cool. And I learned a lot. I learned a lot from the business, just by sitting and talking with the guys, including some of the legends. I've hung out with Jimmy Snuka. Everybody regardless of what you think about him and everything like that. You know, I'm not gonna forget how he boosted my career, because Wrestling Prime was the first show I've ever done on cable access. Long time ago. We're nearing the 28th anniversary of me being a broadcaster, and I'm not. And this is real. I'm not I'm not having a huge ego or gimmick or anything like that. That's real stuff right there. You know, but I can't think of enough how what he has done for me and my career, because if it wasn't for the words that Snuka said to me, and I will never forget it. It's like, take a look at this guy, listen to him. Good things will happen to you in the future. Good things are going to happen to him in the future. He put me over. He didn't have to, but he did. He put me over, and I did the the who and everything like that. I did the I love you and everything. I respect him a lot. In spite of, I don't know what happened in outside of the ring in his past and everything, but the Jimmy Snuka I knew, the Jimmy Snuka that I know, he was the most humble, kindest person that I have ever met, and I will never forget how he put me over. Not physically, in a match. We didn't have a match or anything, but for doing an interview with him and putting me over. And to me, that's how Wrestling Prime was so successful, because of that interview. And it's like, he gave me the confidence that I needed. He gave me the mental boost that I needed to put out a good show every week and everything, and make something happen. And we know that, everybody knows. Everybody knows. And, we've been, I've been nominated for numerous awards back then. And I've been, and some even argued that I should, some even, agree that I should have won some. And even a sports show that they had on there even put me over, saying that, yeah, you were the better show. And and I still think that it was, at the time, that it was, it was too political, because I was basically pretty much in there with religion and politics, and you can't have both. And I weathered the storm, man. I weathered the storm. I put a lot, I became I became an influencer before influencer was ever a word. And I pretty much I pretty much put over a lot of young guys, and I would give them some advice and everything. It's like, don't be afraid. It's like, whatever talent that you have, anybody that wanted to start off, a lot of them came to me personally, and they would say, you know, you know, what advice would you give me? And I said, whatever talent that you have, put it to good use on cable access. And look at now when I visit Waterbury and I see the stuff that's going on in cable access, it's not just politics, and government any politics and religion anymore. It's become more of a variety, which that now there's more sports shows, there's more entertainment shows, and it's all because of me. So some would argue about that, but I made things happen. I did. And I could do it again. I really could. I could do it again, because it's one of those things that I think, you know and yeah, if it ever came to a time where I'll go to cable access, I'll do something to help them out. But other than that, I'm happy right where I am, doing this stuff here. And before I close out the show, I do gotta say that I'm looking at the the response. Live chat's open, by the way, so feel free to run in as many times, just to say, speaking of which, not sure what that's supposed to be. That's just the letter M. Okay. Joaquin Petra is just pointing out the letter M. Okay, you don't need to spam the letter M. There's 25 other letters, my friend. But anyways, um, what I was going to say, I'm looking at the you know the response that's coming in here. You know, I'm looking at the numbers and everything. It's awesome. I'm liking what I'm seeing and everything, and it's all because of you guys right there. And I thank you. I thank you for the fun that we have here, and the reaction that we have here, and everything. The interaction that we get here, even if just one person just spamming the letter M in the comment section. Not sure what that's all about, but you know. I don't know. Okay. Okay, now it's saying Okay. That means he's eating something. This person is eating something. Uh, and now he's back to spamming the letter M. Oh, Joaquin, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? Work with me, buddy. Work with me. But anyways, but yeah, I really can't thank you guys enough for the love and the support that you do. You know, regardless of what I'm doing on here, you know, whether it's Channel X, Wrestling Prime, or even just popping in a video game every now and then saying, "Hey, Tom Dog Plays," or even doing a or even doing a product review, which by the way, not related to the wrestling and everything like that, but I'm still working on some product reviews already. Running to a little bit of a busy schedule personally and everything, but those will be up as soon as I can. I which is the Beetlejuice Fanta and the Oreo Coca-Cola. So yeah, okay. Now he's got the letter O. Okay, Mo, Boo, or Mom. I don't know. Okay, now you got 24 other letters to go. Come on. Come on, I'm not understanding you. I'm not understanding you. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you're coming at. And you know, I don't know if you're trolling or what. I don't know. But come on. Come on. I'm being serious here. It's actually getting old fast. And that's what that O is standing for. Old. But anyways, enough about him. I am really happy for the time I'm doing here and everything like that. And you know, it really is amazing, and I am loving the love and support that you guys are giving to me here and everything like that. And with the thanks that you're giving me right now and everything like that, and yes, Joaquin, even you, interaction, even though you're just giving me a couple of letters to work with. I don't understand it, but you know, it's your thing. Do what you want. But I am happy to announce that I have a big announcement, and I wanted to do this, talk about it now because 2024 is almost over. We got a few more months left to go, and yeah, I'm going to have a busy December. So yeah, future of Wrestling Prime, which is why I want to talk about this. Season 8 of Wrestling Prime is going to happen. However, as a surprise, as a special announcement, I'm also going to be doing a spin-off Wrestling Prime show. And it's a long journey. It's a struggling process, and I feel that I can do it. And this is just a rough draft. I gotta fix up the logo of what it's going to look like. But I am breaking Wrestling Prime into 2 shows. And this is the first original broadcasting that I have put on this channel since Tom Dog Rants a long time ago, and I know that it comes and goes every now and then. Because I evolved that too to Tom Dog Rants Live. But this is an original broadcast. James Escobar. There we go. Let's see. Now we got something here. Now we got something there. That's right. We believe in Joe Hendry. And some emojis. And the YouTube logo. But that's right. That's right. You know, let's put this back up. Let's put this back up. That's right. We believe in Joe Hendry. That's right. That's right. Believe in Joe Hendry. See, Joaquin, that's what we want. So thank you, James, for making it awesome. I'm gonna put this back up because James believes in Joe Hendry. Right. But anyways, so yeah, this is a this is a work in progress, and yeah, like I said, this has been a long time coming and everything like that, and so the Wrestling Prime that you're seeing now, we're gonna cater to WWE content, so that will be and that will kick off season 8 in 2025. However, the new Wrestling Prime spinoff is going to be nothing but AEW content, AEW topics, and I am pleased to announce the name of this new Wrestling Prime series that I'm debuting in January 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Wrestling Prime Elite. That is the logo. Yeah, I know it's oops, mirrored down and everything like that, but yeah, that is the logo. That is the official logo that I'm going to be using. And like I said, we're going to be talking about everything AEW. That's why the logo looks like that. Obviously. And so, you AEW fans, we are going to break this. We're going to break this down, and it's going to premiere in January. in the first. So I'm going to be doing 3 shows starting 2025. Channel X every Thursday, and Wrestling Prime over the weekend. I haven't debated on what time I'm going to be doing on when I'm going to be doing Wrestling Prime Elite, because I want to pencil that in with the other stuff that I also have in regards to with the other stuff that goes on. As far as, with WrestleMania doing, with the 2-night thing, and then of course SummerSlam doing the 2-night thing, and so forth. But I feel it's going to work, and so Wrestling Prime Elite will be thrown everywhere on various days. Haven't debated when. So excuse me. I'm all choked up now because of the excitement that I'm getting. So but yeah, we will work that in somehow. We will work that into the schedule. So that it doesn't interfere with any other shows. Because I do want to keep, I'm keeping Channel X every Thursday, and of course the original Wrestling Prime on Saturdays. So I could probably do either Wednesday, or I can do Friday. So those are possible, or even Sunday for that matter, on certain Sundays. But it's gonna take some time for me to decide on what day I'm going to do that. But by the end of this season, I will announce the official date of I will announce the official date, whether it's going to be announced in a trailer that I'm going to make, or I'm going to make a or I'm just going to announce it here, because because we're going to be doing a huge week-long event of the year-end review, not just on this show, but for Channel X as well too. So yeah, we got a lot. We're going to be having a lot of content to put up. So yeah, and I'm only one man doing it. so yeah, we're going to be and I'm also happy to announce too that I before this season's over of this year, I am going to do, and I'm making this promise to you all, that the AEW versus WWE what if scenario is going to come into play. Like I said, I don't know when that's going to happen, but it is going to happen. But I do guarantee it's going to happen before the year is over. And that is my gift to you, the wrestling fan. So not only are we going to do Wrestling Prime, but we're also going to do Wrestling Prime Elite and Channel X. Wrestling Prime Elite is the new program that we're going to be putting on, and yeah, this I am thrilled to do that. It's been a long time coming, and hey, happy anniversary to AEW as well too. 5 years, and here's the 5 more. Let's keep it going. And, but yeah, so yeah, that is the big announcement. Like I said, I will make the announcement. I will before the season's over. Um, I will address the date on when that's going to happen. When that's going to premiere. I'm going to pretty much look at the calendar and see what we have, and hopefully it doesn't. And um, it will may or may not conflict any other uh, with any other shows, but I can make it work with other possibilities. So yeah, because I can easily float that show around other other time slots if I'm doing like Gamers Week on Channel X um or even the year end review. So yeah, there's a lot of possibilities to come into play here. So yeah, um, I'm really looking forward to this. So yeah, this is the most interesting thing that I can do on this channel, and this is my way of thanking you for for being for again the reaction that I've been getting um, for Wrestling Prime. It was I'm glad I made the right decision of making it weekly until instead of the whole um, daily thing, the whole daily thing and everything like that. So I mean, instead of the whole um, monthly thing. I know last year was quite confusing, and I can understand that. And but yeah, but now it's coming into full circuit that I've having a balance between my personal life and here, and so yeah. And I do want to say one thing to James. I'm liking these. I've been looking at these emojis, and they're actually pretty cool. um, they're really cool. I was not aware that it was up on here. So yeah, it was actually it's actually pretty cool. So yeah, um, yeah. Shout out to those emojis there. Put those emojis over. So, but yeah, I am glad for this announcement and everything like that. So I am gonna fix it up a little bit because the logo is a little off center and everything like that. I'm kind of anal when it comes to that. So yeah, I'm gonna fix that up as best as I can. So yeah. So, but you wrestling fans out there, you guys made this happen, and you know, hopefully, hopefully one day, I do hope that one day we get Joe Hendry on here. Because hey, I keep saying his name. I keep saying his name on this show, and he has not yet appeared. So I kind of lost count of how many times I said his name, and he has not appeared. So yeah, I think I'm not saying it. I think I'm not saying it enough. I think I need to say it more. So, Joe Hendry. But anyways, I'm looking at the time here. It's time for me to call it a night here. And thank you all so much for tuning in. And thank you, James, the interaction and everything like that, for the believing in Joe Hendry. Joaquin, you disappoint me, my friend. You know, gave out a couple of letters, and that was, just, the letter M is, I guess, is very important to you. So, so I don't know. You let me down, Joaquin. You let me down, man. But anyways, thank you all so much for tuning in, and be sure to follow me on Twitter at TomDog247. If you miss any of tonight's episode, you can check it out as soon as I turn off the camera. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Comment down below. Looking forward. Are you going to be looking forward to seeing this new Wrestling Prime show that I have coming up in 2025? I want to know what you have to say in the comments. Ring the bell to stay notified of what I'm going to be doing next, and make sure you lay the smack down on that subscribe button. We'll see you all here again next week with another episode of Wrestling Prime. We got some cool stuff happening going on Channel X. Not sure what we're going to be talking about. I'm sure we're going to be talking about the Emmys. So yeah, I'm going to be reviewing the Emmys. I will not review the VMAs, even though I do congratulate the winners and all that. But that'll be on Channel X, not here. So yeah. This coming Thursday we got an episode of Channel X, but we also have but next week we're going to be having some more wrestling discussions and everything like that, and more interactions, and hopefully Joaquin will have a sentence or two instead of saying the letter M. So, got some homework to do, Joaquin. James had a sentence. It was believing in Joe and throwing up some emojis. So apparently, Joaquin's comment was brought to you by the letter M. So I guess now this is Sesame Street. So, but anywho, we will see you all again here next week, as I said, with another fun-filled episode of Wrestling Prime. And till then, this is Tom Dog saying take care, so long, peace. Have a good weekend, everybody. See you next time.